Hey folks, what's your welcome back another Palmaster video, and today let's talk about Karen Umbreon, right? And some builds and all that stuff. So Karen Umbreon is a dark type tracker, and it's a extremely easy to use unit. Probably one of the most, more easier units to use in the game, right? Like very uncomplicated, no multipliers that take like any amount of thinking to use, right? The multipliers are like super duper effective too, which is active when you're fighting something that you're super effective against. And then you got Crit Strike 2, which activates when you crit someone. It also Power Reserve 2, but no one uses that because that sucks. But yeah, it's very easy to activate, right, in terms of team building and all that stuff. But yeah, there's some ways to go about using Karen, right? Because you'd have to slightly, I guess, watch out for Double Edge, because Double Edge does recoil, and recoil hurts a lot in this game. However, you do have like a lot of stand fast nodes, so you should be fine, honestly, right? Got stand fast 5 here, another stand fast 5 here, and then a stand fast 3 here, right? So if you pick all these up, you should be fine with recoil, right? So in terms of building grid, you definitely want to pick up both stand fast grids, especially if you're trying to double edge stuff, right? And you could come down here and pick up super duper effective 2 if you're going for like a pure like DPS kind of build, right? Pickups like attack, or like double edge power ups. I might probably pick up double edge power ups, right? Double edge power ups, right? You could do that, or you could pick a move gauge refresh if you need the move gauge refresh, or you could, build a mixed DPS nuke, right? Because I do think Karen's probably a bit better as like a pure DPS, because there are other units that can, like, other dark type units that could run with Karen that could probably nuke a bit better, right? One being Marnie, obviously, incredible nuke, and the other one being Hilbert, Halloween Hilbert, right? Those two. And yeah, that's why I do prefer the DPS build, but you could definitely go for a dual, DPS slash sync nuke build, I guess, if you want, right? Come down, get double down 2. And you pick up Catastrophe over here, right? And there you go, you got something else over here, right? Which you could get some damage from Crit Strike 2, and then you also get nuke damage on Catastrophe 2, Crit Strike 2, and double down, right? And you still have your stand fast nodes, so you don't get destroyed by recoil, right? And if you need the move gauge refresh, you could drop Catastrophe for move gauge refresh, right? And pick up, another power up node, double edge power up node or something. So yeah, the builds are pretty straightforward. Honestly, there isn't much else you could really do. Yeah, very extremely straightforward build, right? Very easy to work around. In terms of team comps are also pretty simple, right? Because you got you could obviously run Karen with Marnie. You could run Karen with Halloween Hilbert, right? If you got your second BP voucher, in the future, right, you could run Raichu over here. If you don't have 3 out of 5 Hilbert, if you have 3 out of 5 Hilbert, you probably want to run 3 out of 5 Hilbert instead, right? 3 out of 5 Hilbert in here. And again, obviously, if you're running Hilbert with Karen, you can't run 3 out of 5, or if you're running I guess Mightyena, you follow Hilbert, you can't run it with regular Hilbert, so you have to go with like something else, right? Like a Surge, or just something that gives you like +1 crit, +2 attack, right? The Torchic gives you +1 crit, +2 attack, right? What else? Rabombi could eventually give you the attack buffs, gives you the crit buffs, obviously. Piers as well, right? Also a dark type if you want to utilize the theme skills there, or type skills, whatever. You could go with Piers, gives you crit, gives you attack buffs when it blocks stuff. But yeah, just a lot of units that could, like Singsu Blue, right? Togepi, just all the sports that give you at least 1 crit buff and 2 attack buffs. So usually you do want to run 2 dark type damage healers, or even run Nanu to debuff the opponent's defenses, so you get more damage there, and also again activate your type skills. But if you don't have those options, or if you are fighting like longer stages, because I do think it's dual striker is probably better for shorter stages. For longer stages, with opponents that have a lot of HP, Karen might have a bit of an HP issue with recoil, right? Sword Stage is honestly really not that big of a deal. Because you have gradual healing on top of stand fast, 5+5+3, right? So you should be fine. But if you are like running like longer stages, you probably want to run like a healer, right? Something like a Skyla, obviously. If you have the BP Morty, you could do the Morty, right? Sabrina, whatever, right? Sings to Leaf. And healers. There are a lot of healers in this game, right? So, or Comfy, right? Like a lot of options that you could go for healers. So yeah, that's I guess basically the gist of Karen, right? Pretty again, very 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 straightforward unit, right? Again, a lot of people have been comparing her to like Hilbert, Mighty Una Hilbert, which some people say she's better than Hilbert, which is just not true. I don't think she does anything better than Mighty Una, right? However, they are they do have a similar move set. It's just that Mighty Una does have much better passives with like Spur On, Carry On, all that stuff. But Umbreon still very good. I mean, when I played with it in co-op, I liked what I saw, right? Personally, I'm also a big Umbreon fan, so that's really nice. But yeah, Karen, very good. Definitely worth a pickup, especially if you are lacking some dark type units. Although, like, if you do have a regular Karen, right, Karen Houndoom, you can still use that, even though she has fallen off a bit. But like, she still does like bonkers damage if you max out her all her multipliers, right? She still does like I think 600, 700k or something, which is a lot, right? The slight issue is just you have to run like another unit in the team to max out all her multipliers. Which makes it slightly iffy if you're trying to beat like faster stages, right? Because like it's just sometimes not worth it, right? Not worth the trouble to get the outcome where you could have just run like over here like an Umbreon plus like a more Pekko, and you'll get much easier setup and much more damage per turn, all right? With both of those running at the same time. So yeah, that's just that's just Karen Umbreon. Very simple unit, very easy to use, right? Especially if you're new, don't really get some of the ins and outs of the games, all the multipliers, passes, all that stuff. Very simple unit, right? Just go in, double edge, do damage, and you either KO the opponent before you get KO'd, or the opponent KOs you, or you KO yourself before the opponent gets KO'd. So again, very simple unit. So anyways, that's me with this one. I guess hope you guys, gentlemen, think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video, subscribe for more Pokemon content. I'll see you guys in the next one.